Right now at 5, Festival Foods sold, the new owner and what it means for shoppers.
Plus, losing a Hollywood legend, a look back at the career of Robert Redford.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown.
We start with a supermarket merger. A St. Louis-based chain is buying Festival Foods.
So what does this mean for shoppers? News 8 Now's JDS McGee is live in La Crosse with the answer. JDS.
Festival Foods is set to be acquired later this year, but the company says the name and operations will remain the same. Festival Food operates 42 stores across Wisconsin, including locations here in La Crosse. The company announced it will be acquired by Schnucks Markets, which runs more than 100 stores across the Midwest. Officials say Festival will keep its brand name and continue operating out of its Onalaska and Green Bay offices.
We like having Festival. They got great sales. You know, it's a nice family business and polite, caring people, and we'd like to see it stay the same.
The deal is expected to close in late October pending approval. Leaders at Schnucks say the goal is to continue giving back to the communities they serve. We have a deeper look at what this means for shoppers later tonight at 6. Reporting in La Crosse, JDS McGee, News 8 Now.
Thank you, JDS. A memorial will be held for Elliot Hines at Viterbo University on Thursday. It will be at the San Damiano Chapel at 2 p.m. Hines disappeared in downtown La Crosse last month. Her body was eventually found in the Mississippi River. Police said there was no signs of foul play.
A News 8 follow-up. Congressman Derek Van Orden is speaking out after a threat to cut federal funding for Eau Claire.
It's tied to comments over Charlie Kirk. News 8 Now's Grace Monk is in the newsroom with more.
Representative Van Orden says his goal isn't to punish the community or members of the opposing party, but to put an end to violent rhetoric. Legislation he's proposing would prohibit federal funding for entities that employ people who condone and celebrate political violence and domestic terrorism. The proposal came after 2 Eau Claire City Council members commented on the death of Charlie Kirk. Van Orden says the comments raise questions about how federal money is being used.
If they have people in leadership that are saying this stuff in public, what are they saying in private? How will they skew the funds to help people who share their political beliefs if they're willing to mock the assassination of a conservative?
Madison area Representative Mark Pocan says punishing people for online comments violates their First Amendment right.
You can say stupid things. That's one of the maybe great things of this country, but you have the right to have that speech. No one should ever be hurt or killed because of that speech, but you also shouldn't lose your job or threaten funding for everyone else in the community because of that speech.
At 6, an attorney weighs in on whether or not the bill is constitutional. Reporting in the newsroom, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Grace. The League of Women Voters is celebrating National Voter Registration Day. Joined with thousands of partners across the country, the LWV encourages citizens to check their registration to prepare for the 2026 elections. Registered voters may have had their record deactivated if they haven't voted since the last presidential election.
There's no more elections here in 2025, but we want people to take the time now so that they're all ready for the elections that are going to start up in the spring of 2026.
The LWV is currently at Pearl Street Books in La Crosse until 6 tonight.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz will seek a third term. In a campaign video released today, Walz says his work isn't done yet.
I've always tried to do what's right for Minnesota, and I'll never stop fighting to protect us from the chaos, corruption, and cruelty coming out of Washington.
No Minnesota governor has won a third consecutive term since 1963. On the Republican side, former businessman Kendall Qualls and State Representative Kristen Robbins have announced their intent to run. Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers was in La Crosse today highlighting clean energy efforts. He toured a home on Sunrise Drive. The homeowner received energy assessments and enrolled in rebate programs for heat pumps and water heaters. Evers says Wisconsin is working toward 100% carbon-free electricity by 2050.
About using electricity to heat homes and making homes more energy efficient.
The governor also visited the Menominee Nation to tour solar projects there.
Well, new concerns over health care funding. The Affordable Care Act's premium tax credits expire at the end of the year. On Capitol Hill, Democrats, including Senator Tammy Baldwin, urged Republicans to act.
time is of the essence. Families and businesses are planning for next year, and we need to get this done.
Baldwin also said over 24 million people will see their premiums go up without the tax break.
Well, definitely warm on National Play-Doh Day out there. Definitely something you wouldn't want to be playing outside with. Right now, we had warm and humid conditions with some areas getting all the way close to 90. I'll show you in a second. Still, we've kept most of the showers and storms well to our southwest, so that's allowed us to see pretty much mostly sunny, partly sunny skies. And you can see the temperatures 90s as you go to the west. We got it to the upper 80s because we had less cloud cover than yesterday. But there are storms out there, but I think we will see just an increase in some clouds throughout the evening hour, but we should stay dry at the moment. Just still kind of muggy out there, still just 73 at 10 p.m. Overall, La Crosse, we're getting back down to 72. More cloud cover expected for La Crosse this evening, and I'll show you here on why we're expecting that. All the activity towards Mason City, we even have some stronger storms towards Mitchell County down there. That activity will decrease, but we will see some of the cloud cover from that going on overnight. So later on, we'll kind of break down the storm chances, which are increasing as we go to Thursday, Friday, even Saturday, and cooler temps. So we'll explain all that a bit later.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Well, construction is underway on a $23 million affordable housing development in La Crosse. Haven on Main will include 70 units. Half of those will be leased to people with disabilities. Each apartment is designed to be accessible. Haven for Special People, Cooley Cap, and Girard Corporation are teaming up for this project.
What Haven on Main will offer is truly independent living. Adults with disabilities can live in their own apartment in a supportive, inclusive environment.
The building will be powered by solar, so all utilities will be included in rent.
Western Technical College cut the ribbon on its new student spaces. The Student Center and bookstore were remodeled, and the new Basic Needs Center provides students with resources for food, transportation, and housing.
Location gives us a single space for students to find those resources. Otherwise, we had been kind of distributed around the college, and we also had community partners that were distributed around the college. And this brings all of our community partners and ourselves together in one location.
The ribbon cutting doubled as a food drive.
Clue number 2 for the 2025 Oktoberfest medallion is in.
It reads, the late 1800s preferred mode of travel and transportation eventually spurred a more modern, classy station. Deliveries of coal, freight, and more up until the other competition came in a roar. 10 clues will be shared until the medallion is found. Prizes include $500 cash and a souvenir medallion.
Up next tonight, Charlie Kirk's alleged killer in court, his official charges, and what investigators now know about the murder weapon.
Plus, the death of a Hollywood legend, a look back at Robert Redford's iconic career.
Hollywood is mourning the loss of movie legend Robert Redford. The two-time Oscar winner is dead at 89. His publicist says Redford died at his home in Utah surrounded by loved ones. He was best known as a go-to leading man of the late 1960s and 70s. Redford starred in such iconic movies like The Way We Were and Barefoot in the Park.
He wasn't just a star who enjoyed, the glitz and the glamour. He gave back. And that's the true iconic stature and nature of who he was.
Redford also founded the Sundance Institute, a nonprofit organization that sponsors the Sundance Film Festival. Robert Redford, 89 years old.
Just a short time ago, Charlie Kirk's alleged killer made his first court appearance.
It was also the first time we heard from 22-year-old Tyler Robinson. CBS's Andres Gutierrez has more from Utah.
Tyler Robinson, the suspect in last week's fatal shooting of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, made his first court appearance on camera from the county jail Tuesday.
I have reviewed your declaration of financial status and find that you are indigent. I'm provisionally appointing a Rule 8 qualified attorney to represent you on your case.
Earlier, the Utah County Attorney announced charges against Robinson, who has been held without bail since he was arrested after more than a 30-hour manhunt by local, state, and federal authorities.
I am filing a notice of intent to seek the death penalty. I do not take this decision lightly, and it is a decision I have made independently as county attorney, based solely on the available evidence and circumstances and nature of the crime.
Investigators are piecing together evidence, including a rifle found in a wooded area after last Wednesday's shooting at Utah Valley University in Orem.
DNA consistent with Robinson was found on the rifle's trigger. After shooting Mr. Kirk, Robinson hid the gun, discarded the clothing he wore when he fired the rifle, and told his roommate to delete incriminating text messages and not talk to police. Children were present at the time of the shooting.
As the investigation continues, a spokesperson for Discord and 2 law enforcement sources confirmed to CBS News an account appearing to belong to the suspect claimed responsibility for the shooting in a group chat. Andres Gutierrez, CBS News, St. George, Utah.
And lawmakers are grilling FBI Director Kash Patel on Capitol Hill today. Patel catching flack from both sides of the political aisle. Senators have asked him about his handling of the Charlie Kirk assassination probe and the release of information tied to Jeffrey Epstein. Patel was also asked about recent staff firings for alleged political reasons and are now suing.
You providing a one-sided story from your perch is absolutely disgraceful because the men and women of the FBI deserve better.
Patel returns to the Hill tomorrow for questioning before the House Judiciary Committee. In New York, a legal blow to prosecutors in the Luigi Mangione state murder case. A judge is dropping the terrorism charges, calling them insufficient. Mangione is accused of fatally shooting United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson last year. The Justice Department says it will still seek the death penalty in federal court.
We will have more news ahead.
But first.
Yeah, warm summer conditions, kind of a repeat again, but our storm chances are going to begin to increase day by day. We'll kind of break down what it looks like and what the weekend has in store. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break. Yeah, we got showers and thunderstorms still going on, but kind of just outside of our area. They kind of blossomed up along a little boundary to the west over Iowa. It's kept to the southwest. You can see there are some severe thunderstorm warnings with it. Floyd County just got one issued there for about 1-inch hail, 50-mile-per-hour winds. But the trend is to keep it further south. We'll just have to see if it can get anywhere closer to Prairie du Chien in northeast Iowa. Right now, I think it will weaken, but that would be the area that might see some precipitation this evening. Otherwise, a lot of that green to the north is just cloud cover, and that will probably spread all the way up north of La Crosse. So that'll be increasing cloud cover, and then we'll just keep an eye on that activity to see if it blossoms up. But I think once daytime heating goes away, that activity will kind of decrease. But that's what's going on right now. Bigger picture shows that's part of the system ahead of that. That's been kind of overhead from yesterday. The main low that we're watching for really Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, Sunday is right out there and really just parked there. And that's kind of where it's going to be sitting for a while with another low just to the northwest. You can see stuff rotating out in Wyoming. So that'll be pushing us eastward. We're going to have to deal with that and more activity. So really the big thing is your storm chances increase each day as we go throughout all the way through Saturday. As you wake up tomorrow morning, I think we'll see increasing clouds once again. There could be areas of fog too. Eau Claire might see it, La Crosse, near river valleys. That could be one thing that you might have to keep an eye for the morning commute. If it happens, it'll probably be lifting by about 8 to 9 a.m. Otherwise, we're going to have to see that next wave around that low is going to begin to push towards the area, probably towards the afternoon. So I think morning-wise, just increasing clouds. As we get into the afternoon, we'll see that activity, once they saw further west, push up into our area. Probably after about 4 to 5 p.m. There'll be actually additional activity. You'll have to keep an eye just north of I-94. There's another little boundary sitting up there. You could see a little bit of activity towards the evening also in that direction, but this one will probably be scattered in nature. It does weaken towards the evening, but right now do expect some showers or storms through the evening. Eventually this lifts north, weakens overnight, with additional stuff potentially coming later Wednesday night, but that would probably be more isolated. So I think Wednesday evening has a good chance to see some showers and thunderstorms. Later in the night, probably just cloud cover, still maintaining warm and humid conditions throughout the period. Now as we go into Thursday, we're going to see that low get closer, but it's kind of a repeat of Wednesday. I think it's just more showers and cloud cover, which should keep our temperature down a little bit. And then additional activity continues to rotate around that low as it gets closer to the area. So Friday looks more active. As I mentioned yesterday, this is a very slow mover. It's not going to move much all the way through Saturday. It's still just to our west or just getting overhead. It'll weaken a little bit by Sunday, and then we'll have more activity still finally into maybe Sunday, getting drier conditions. So it's going to be a while with this, but it's not an all-day type rainfall. Additional rainfall, we could pick some areas through the whole period up to about 1 inch, maybe even more too, depending on how this all plays out. Temperatures tomorrow still warm. The cloud cover really is probably in the afternoon, so we should still get up into the mid-80s. It's less likely we're going to see that going into Thursday. I think it's more upper 70s, low 80s, given the cloud cover and a better chance for showers and storms. And as we go out, we're going in the 70s as we go to Friday and Saturday, and that overall is the best chance that we're going to see rainfall, especially Friday night into Saturday, where it could be steady light rain in some areas. But our temperatures are not going to fall off too much, even the overnight lows. And then we kind of bump up a little bit Monday, and then there's another cold front that'll come through there too. But overall, even 76, 77 is still about average or a little bit above. So it's going to cool down, more fall-like, but not anything terrible.
Okay. Thank you, Greg.
Still to come, he's already checking his list.
Santa accepting letters for Christmas, where your kids can share their holiday wishes with the big man after the break.
Tomorrow on News 8 Now this morning, the YMCA's 26-year Maple Leaf Race tradition continues with the new mascot. We'll meet Maple Leaf Miles and tell you how to join the fun Oktoberfest weekend.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Well, Operation Santa is already underway.
Yeah, kids across the country can start writing and sending letters to Santa Claus. The U.S. Postal Service program is in its 113th year. Santa, along with organizations, help fulfill holiday wishes. And a quick reminder, all letters must be postmarked by December 6th.
And I was reminded twice today, we have 100 days until Christmas.
Yeah, 100 days out.
Our executive producer asked me to put the tree out already. And I was
already?
Like, let's wait a little bit. Maybe 2 months or so.
Love Christmas.
Get through Halloween.
You know, we love Christmas as much as the next people, but we got a couple of holidays to get through.
We have a few to get through.
Let's enjoy fall a little bit.
Exactly. All right, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
I think we'll see some increasing clouds this evening with that activity to the south. It should remain dry here in La Crosse. We'll keep an eye on northeast Iowa to see if anything comes close. Otherwise, could be a possible fog later tonight. I think it's a better shot to see some fog as we go towards Eau Claire. Still warm, still humid, back in the 60s too. And then the shower and thunderstorm chances do increase little by little as we go through Friday and Saturday, along with cooler, more fall-like temperatures.
All right. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you. That does it for us at 5.
And we'll see you right back here at 6.